Hallo, Michael Adams auf der Edelmetallmesse für Stock-Telegraph und ja, ich habe eine für uns jedenfalls neue Company und zwar die SilverCrest. Zu der Geschichte sagt der Michael Rapsch jetzt gleich ein bisschen was und obwohl er Deutsch spricht, werden wir das Interview in Englisch machen, aber es gibt am Ende noch eine kurze Zusammenfassung auch auf Deutsch. Dabei wünsche ich Ihnen viel Spaß. Give us a little bit of background about how SilverCrest came together and you know the transaction.
Thanks for having me, Michael. SilverCrest Metals is a spin-off company from the transaction between First Majestic and SilverCrest Mines. So SilverCrest Mines had an operation asset, Santa Elena mine. It produced gold and silver. First Majestic acquired us in October of last year. During that transaction, again, we did a spin-out called SilverCrest Metals. It came with 6 exploration projects and $5.25 million cash.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. If you think also that we then did a small financing of $2.5 million last year. So we started 2016 with just over $7 million in the bank, and we spent a lot of time and a lot of money on one project. It's called Las Chispas project. We stayed in the state of Sonora in Mexico. We love Mexico because of very good for terms of permitting. You can get your permits for drilling, for exploitation and whatnot really quickly, and that is a huge advantage when you want to advance those projects.
And most of the silver producers are from Mexico, right? First Majestic is there and all the big names are there, and you will become one of the next big names, right?
Well,
that's the plan?
That's the plan, we hope so. We say in our brochure presentations that we want to do it again. Right. So we want to take this Las Chispas project, which we have just completed phase 1 drilling. We want to continue to drill, develop that project, and actually eventually start producing again gold and silver.
And as you mentioned, you have a good track record because that's the same guys are now leading the companies that used to do with the old SilverCrest, right? So.
That's correct, yeah. Pretty much what you had with SilverCrest Mines, you get with SilverCrest Metals.
Just do it again.
Just do it again, with the exception that Eric Fehr is now the president and CEO.
Okay.
And he said he's too young to retire. He just wants to do it again, and he has like you said, a great track record. He's a mining engineer and geologist, and in his lifetime, and he has put 4 mines into production, so he knows how to do it.
Actually, I'm old enough to retire, but I just can't afford it, right? So, but maybe if I invest into SilverCrest. Anyway, what's the situation right now financially, and what are the plans for the next year, for 2017?
That's a good question. So when you look at SilverCrest Metals, we still have $3.6 million cash in the bank. There's only 42 million shares out. So currently, actually, we're trading at a market capitalization of about $120 million. So the share price has done really well over the last 6 to 9 months. And that is due to that we've drilled. We have come up with some very impressive drill results. And so phase 2 drilling will start this month. And the objective is to actually come out with our initial maiden resource. So we'll have by end of June of next year our first resource estimate out. And we hope to, we're conservative, as we always are, that we may have a resource estimate between 15 to 30 million ounces, silver equivalent ounces. And that is just a start. That's kind of what we say, the first pass. Then you keep on drilling and develop and come out with updated resource estimate throughout the year, next year. We have just received a permit, an underground drilling permit, and with that permit we also have the permission to extract a 100,000 ton bulk sample. This is very important because you usually do those bulk samples to find out more about the metallurgy of a project.
Okay, right. And so is the plan to really do it again and bring this project also into production, or is the plan to maybe sell it later on to First Majestic again? I don't know, some other players. What's kind of the end game?
When you look at the location where we are, the Las Chispas project is only 25 kilometers north of the old Santa Elena mine, which is now in First Majestic's hands.
So I have to go to this booth there and ask Keith if he's going to...
If he wants to do that again. But keep also in mind that 25 kilometers north west, you also have the Mercedes mine, which is now Premier Gold. So we are basically in an area where you already have producing mines, which is probably logistically very good, because when you do that bulk sample, for example, you cannot process it on site, so you got to go and perhaps negotiate a deal with some of these mines. Yeah, but so right now what we're going to focus on is to develop Las Chispas, and whatever happens in the meantime, we deal with it when it comes, right?
And are there any plans to acquire other projects, maybe within Mexico or maybe even outside of Mexico?
We like Mexico for the one reason I said earlier, permitting. We like that jurisdiction. We are always very active in the M&A space, more so maybe on the land acquisition than the corporate acquisition, because if you look at the Las Chispas project, it's about 1,400 hectares large, so it's rather a smaller project. So we're looking at possible land acquisition within the district or area.
Okay. No, again, I think that was, those guys have a really good track record, and it's definitely worth a look from my point of view. Put the company on your watch list, as Michael said. Yeah, there will be some news releases, there will be a resource next year. So exciting times ahead, and for now, thank you very much.
Michael,
ja, jetzt kurz noch eine Zusammenfassung, ja, nochmal, dass Sie so das große Bild zur Company auf Deutsch bekommen. Michael, alles von dir.
Vielen Dank, Michael. Vielen Dank, dass ich nochmal mit dir darüber sprechen darf.
Ich muss ja nutzen, dass der Michael als einer der wenigen auch Deutsch spricht, und Sie als meine Leser oder Zuhörer, Sie wollen ja immer, dass ich was auf Deutsch zusammenfasse, aber ich bin da immer so schlecht drin, deswegen er kann das besser, deswegen machen wir das jetzt.
Also eine kurze Zusammenfassung. SilverCrest Metals ist, man hat also das gleiche Management wie bei SilverCrest Mines, also vom Beruf her ein sehr gutes Management. Wir haben immer noch 3,6 Millionen Dollar in der Bank, in der Kasse, ist also völlig verwässert, um die 51 Millionen Aktien sind rausgegeben worden. Unser Ziel momentan ist das Las Chispas Projekt, dass wir durch Bohren und Explorationsarbeiten, Programme weiter ausbauen möchten und entwickeln möchten. Wir haben gerade Phase 1 abgeschlossen vom Bohren. Schauen Sie sich die Bohrresultate mal auf der Webseite an. Und Sie müssen wissen, dass Phase 2 jetzt im November 2016 anfangen wird. Wir werden 2000 Meter vom Unterbau oder unterirdisch bohren und 6.000 bis 8.000 Meter von der Oberfläche. Und die Resultate werden über die nächsten weiteren Monate herauskommen, mit dem Ziel, dass wir unsere erste Ressourceneinschätzung Ende Juni nächsten Jahres herausbringen wollen.
Ja, super. Und wie wird der FC am Wochenende spielen?
2-1 für FC.
Ah, sehr gut. Damit hast du mich schon überzeugt. Okay, in diesem Sinne, vielen Dank. Tschüss.
Ciao.